I don't know a lot of stuff, right? I'd have to spend a lot of time, like, I guess it's a cabinet, right? You have to have a cabinet, but I don't know if I'd really be a good president or not. New game like Dark Souls, have you seen it? It's called Mortal Shell. Yeah, I did see that. I don't know really if I'm going to look into it or not, but I can almost guarantee I might play it. I might play it tonight and just see what the game is like. I thought about even like maybe, I don't know if I want to do game reviews though. Like every once in a while I was thinking about doing like a game review on my channel, but the problem with that is that I don't like most video games, and so it's like, oh yeah, this game's pretty good, but it's not WoW, so it sucks. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Peace. And that'd pretty much be every single game, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that's really what I would want to do. Second channel win. A lot of people want me to get a second channel. Now, I don't think that I should do a second channel right now, but in the future, whenever I decide to play like another game, maybe I could do a second channel and it could be really fun. Now, usually I like to kind of take my time whenever I'm off stream and really just enjoy time to myself because it's really important to me to have that. But at the same time, and I think that's something that everybody needs to know. And I'm not trying to preach or anything here, but one thing I want to say is that, guys, it's important to have time to your fucking self. And at least it is for me. Like, I want to be able to just sit there in my room and veg out and just fucking sit there in the dark, listening to loud music, or just sitting there in absolute fucking silence. And it's like, it's so relaxing and it's so calming. I'm honestly surprised that so many people aren't like me, but you know, for me, I absolutely love it. I'll tell you that for sure. How'd you come up with the name Asmongold? It's easy. I just I don't remember. I've had the name ever since I was like 7 or 8 years old. And I remember like what happened was I had a friend of mine and he was like the older kid in the neighborhood. His name was Toby, and he either gave me the name or I came up with it, and it was so long ago, like I actually don't remember which one it was. But I've had the name, yeah, Toby. Well, that's dude, Toby was a fucking badass. Like I love Toby. Toby went into the Marines, and he's got a kid now, and honestly, like I think a lot about like all my old friends and everything. I still see him every once in a while, which is fucking awesome. I love to see that, man. And he got real life. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has a real life. He's got a kid. He's got a wife. He has like 2 kids or 3 kids by now. But yeah, basically, like he would come over. So Toby was like a year or 2 older than I was, right? And he would always come over, and he would want to play wrestling games. Like he'd buy like the new WWE or WWF game, and he'd always want me to play the games with him. And like I hated wrestling games. I was like, this is the worst game ever. But I was like, ah, fine, fuck it. Okay, we'll play this game. And so then Toby's like, all right, fuck yeah, dude, let's play it. And he's like, all right, I want to try this move on you. I want to try that move on you. All right, I'll just stand there. And so he stands there and he does the thing, and it's like, okay, cool, right? And then he's like, all right, dude, let's go in the other room. Let's actually do it. And I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, dude, let's fucking wrestle. And I'm like, all right, man, let's go. And so then we'd actually go into the other room and we would actually fucking do the exact same moves. And it was me, Toby, and Cameron that would just fucking take like the snake thing and just like beat the shit out of each other. It was the 3 of us. And it was one of the most fucking thing. Everyone's childhood. Yeah, man. Like I knew him for like, man, like we grew up together. It was a good fucking time. And I remember like if you ask Zach remembers them. And it was a good fucking time. I'll tell you that, man. Possibly not gay. It wasn't gay, dude. We're just having fun, man. And like once everybody takes their shirt off, they just don't want to get dirty. That's all. Yeah, I mean that's always. We actually would do that too, though. It was a good time, man. Yeah, I did the same shit. Yeah, I feel bad for it. Like I have like these kids, man, and they come into my chat. They're like, man, you gay, dude. I don't do that with my friends. And I'm like, why not? It's like, cause I don't have any friends, man. Fuck. Like, that's what it is, and I feel bad for them in a way, but, like, at the same time, dude, I think about it all the time. Yeah, exactly. Like, what do they do? Do they all sit in, like, their room, not looking at each other, not making eye contact, reading out memes or showing each other memes on the phone? Like, I mean, that's kind of, like, that's what I just imagine, like, social interaction is nowadays, you know what I mean? Well, watch me get this sword, dude. Watch me get this sword. Literal sword god. Stupid fucking game. So anyway, what do you think the hardest grind is in WoW? Probably playing the game. But if I'd have to say, like, what is the hardest grind in all of WoW? The hardest grind in all of WoW. Oh, shit. I'm thinking about that. Rank 14? I mean, like, maybe, like, I mean, honor level 500. Yeah, honor level 500. By far and away. Yeah, 100%. Honor level 500 is the hardest grind. It is the hardest grind that has ever existed in the game, and it requires the most time investment. Yeah, honor level 500, and it's harder than rank 14 by a few like metric fucking degrees, like massive fucking levels, and so. Like rank 14, and it depends on like what is hard. Like, is grinding hard because you have to participate in it, or is the participation challenging in itself? I don't know really how you want to define that, but one way or another, it's several magnitudes. Yeah, exactly. Like for me personally, I'm only honor level 167. Like, I need to actually spend more time PvPing. I would like PvPing more if PvP wasn't a big fat, like, fucking steaming heap of dog shit. But unfortunately it is, which is why I don't really like doing it. But one of these days I'll probably make it happen. The original Insane title, I don't think anything can compare. The original Insane title was very hard, and I think it was one of the coolest achievements they ever added into the game. And I do actually, I wish they added more achievements and more, like, I wish they added, like, more, like, these, like, super fucking, like, random reputations. Like, the Shendelar. Like, who the fuck would ever want to get reputation with the Shendelar? But having, like, these cool achievements, and, like, you could call it something like, excuse me. What would be the achievement? The Time Waster, right? And it'd be, like, Asmongold, comma, the Time Waster. Asmongold, the Time Waster. And basically it would have you like collect like 5 or 6 of these achievements all at the same time, and I'd actually really like that. I think that'd be cool. Like, WoW does have a problem with not having a lot of capstone rewards that are interesting to do, and that's like a big issue that I think the game has in general, is that there aren't really a lot of things that you can get or do in the game that really feel good to get or do, you know what I mean? Asmongold the Knee, yeah, exactly. Azeroth's Champion, that is one. That's a very good point. That is one, and they did a great job with that. Going to need a bigger bag. No, that is not even remotely close. That is not even remotely close. Like, I'll tell you something. Like, I've got going to get a bigger bag. Let's see. Let me just search this real quick. Bigger bag. Is there a bigger bag? Yeah, so I have every single one except for one. And obviously this last one is like super hard to get, and I haven't really wanted to invest the time into getting it. But I've thought about maybe killing like 2 or 3 spine claws a day, and then just kind of moving on. But regardless, this achievement isn't really that hard to get. It just requires a lot of time. And that's basically it. And especially if you have people that can invite you to other realms, it's not really as hard as you might believe. And back when I don't think you should spend your achievement points on something. That would be bad, because the idea is to have the highest number. And if you spend your numbers on something, then I don't think that's really that's not a good thing. Now, I do think they should have like benchmark rewards and benchmark meta achievements. So for example, they have like one, and this is like all the way back in the day, is they had it's over 9,000. And it's earned more than 9,000 achievement points. Why is there not a 20,000 achievement point feat of strength? Why is there not a 30,000? And you know, things like this are they should exist in the game. And also on top of that, they should have like kind of seasonal ones almost, to where it's like, okay, get every achievement in the game minus 50. And so you have to get every achievement minus 50, period. And then maybe even have something super special for somebody who gets every single one. And things like that mean a lot, because it gives people that, it gives people perspective in the depth of the, of accomplishments in a game. And right now, I think the accomplishments and everything that you have available to you, I mean, they're pretty shallow. I'd say they are. And I like to see more things in the game that really kind of, that really elevate players above each other. I think Azeroth's Champion is a really great example of that. Like, for me personally, I've almost finished Azeroth's Champion. I've only got like a few more of these to do, and I need to do Mythic N'Zoth again. Like, if there's a guild that wants to carry me, if I need the sword, I need the trinket, I need the ring too. I need also the Azerite armor, and I think there's like some from Carapace I need. So if a guild wants to just go and do that for me real quick, that would be great. But wait, oh, I didn't kill the scout. I was like confused there. No wonder that guy didn't go down. I don't like rep grinds. A lot of people don't, but I actually do. I know this might sound weird, but I'm a grinder, man. Like, I like grinding. Like, I can sit down, like, look, I don't know if you guys can tell, guys. Can you guys tell that I like grinding? I don't know if you knew this before. So there you go. Yeah, I like grinding. What can I say? And as you guys can see, yeah. And Revered, I know I need to get one more point in that just to max everything out. I know it's kind of dumb that I don't have it. So yeah, Gadget Sand Revered. I know. Where'd the guy go? Oh, he's not dead. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I mean, like, I've always been focused a lot on, like, kind of getting that type of achievement stuff and everything like that. And I really enjoy it a lot, man. Grinding's easier whenever you have something else to focus on while you're doing it. It's just like there's just such like good vibes about it. Like, there's something really special and beautiful about having like fucking a movie or like a video or something like that on the background, and you're playing WoW on the main screen and you're listening to something else or playing something else on the off screen. Like, it just feels so comfy and cozy. And it's one of my favorite things about the game. It's why I like playing it, honestly. It's what helps me, like, not fucking, like, freak out about stuff, you know what I mean? And get burned out, I guess. So, yeah, it helps me not get burned out. And, yeah, I'm doing that right now. That's good, man. Communities do it if you're something. Yeah, and, like, the best part also is, like, have you guys ever gotten, like, a really, really serious Discord conversation? Not serious, but, like, intense, where you're just fucking talking to somebody and you're thinking about what they're saying, they're thinking about what you're saying, and you're just having a conversation with somebody, and you just mindlessly farm out something that if you had to do without that distraction, you would go insane for. Because all the time I do that. Like, whenever I get in a call with somebody and I know that I'll have to, like, devote, like, the majority of my mental attention to what they're saying, I just go and I'll, like, pick out something I want to do in the game, and I'll just start doing that while we're having a conversation, man. McGonagall, thank you very much for the 5 gifted community subs. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, doing invasions and listening to me. Exactly, man. I usually grind every time I listen to your stream. Helps a lot. Yeah, I feel like that's actually what a lot of people probably do. Is they'll, fuck. Okay, I'll do one more run of this, and then I'll want to go and do something else. New Pyromancer video is good. Yeah, there's a lot of lore that's going on. I remember, I think this song right here is probably one of my favorite songs in WoW. I don't know why, but, like, this is, like, the Horde, like, fucking song in, like, Duratar or Crossroads or something. I love this one. It's my absolute favorite. Literally me at the start of Classic, grinding gold. Yeah, and, like, you're just talking to somebody else, and you don't even really think about what you're doing. And I think that, is it Thunderbluff? Okay, yeah, sorry, it's been a long time. I never really played Horde seriously in Classic, so I don't know. You're my favorite second monitor streamer? Well, that's actually a huge compliment to me. Like, I mean, I basically, you know, I get up in the morning and I pretty much do a radio show, so being on second monitor is fucking great. Yeah, I think that's amazing. You promised daily novel videos? I didn't promise that. I said we might do it, right? But we could do something like that too. I know obviously as we get closer to Shadowlands, we're gonna have a lot more lore come out and a lot more information that people might want to know a little bit more about. So yeah, we could do that then. I think that'd be a great idea. I'd say that for sure. Have you fished up everything from Old Dalaran? Have I fished up everything from Old Dalaran? I have fished up everything from Old Dalaran, and I have fished up everything from New Dalaran. And the only thing that I've lost is my sanity and my self-respect. As you guys can see, I've completed that one. And, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, I've completed that one. And then back in the day, I got this one over here. Where is it? The Coin Master. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you had to get all of these. This was so fucking annoying, man. I hated this achievement. Allcraft yesterday was amazing. Glink video. If you guys remind me in maybe like a half hour or so, I'll watch the Glink video, because I'm actually really, maybe like an hour or so, because I want to do a few things in game too. And I will watch the Glink video. It's a bit of a long one, but I think especially with like the things that have been going on recently, it's important for us to talk about it and look at what he has to say. Hamara videos are great. You're right. I didn't really do a lot of React content yesterday, which is like, you know, I apologize for that, guys. I know obviously my YouTube editors have to eat, and you know, we have to make sure they do that. Read donation, please? Sure. Let me go take a look at some donations. Hey, Asmon from South Africa. Yo, Pucky, thank you very much for the resub, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let me see here. Are you avoiding getting the Mauled Muncher just for content now? It's so easy. You just click the mailbox and take them out. How can you do that wrong? Literal mount fraud. P.S. Thanks for providing an entertaining, rational personality in these times. I do my best. Somebody has to. Thank you very much for the $7. I appreciate that, man. Chef Brian donated $2. Can you talk about all the false positive bans being handed out in Classic and how to handle them? Myself and a handful of my guildmates got banned today for farming war effort mats, and the appeals got canned, no responses without investigation. Well, the thing is that I do believe that that does happen, and Blizzard does have false positives, but at the end of the day, there are also probably other people who are doing things that are... So, like, for example, there was this one guy, and he got reported a bunch of times for doing one thing, and then Blizzard banned him because they investigated his account, and they saw that he was actually doing something else that was bad instead. So they didn't even ban him for what he got reported for, but the reports got his account reviewed, and whenever his account got reviewed, then he got suspended for something else. So, basically what I'm saying here is that, like, obviously, like, I'm not going to say you're lying, but I do think there are people that do things that are, like, bad in WoW Classic, and then they get banned for them, and then they go and they make a sympathy post about it and talk about how mean Blizzard is. But the reality is that they actually did this themselves because they were cheating in the game. So I don't know really if that's what the case is with this one. Probably not. I mean, my viewers, everybody knows my viewers are completely morally and ethically sound. But, you know, maybe he's just coming from Reddit or something like that. And that's the way that I see it. But, yeah, I mean, of course you're going to have some people that get banned unfairly. But I think, honestly, like, yeah, it's a huge mistake whenever Blizzard does that. But I would rather... The thing is, like, I don't know, like, would I rather have unfair bans? Because I say that, but then, like, if I got banned, I'd be really upset about it. I don't know. I mean, like, is it better for the game to have false positives or too many bots running around? And I think this is an interesting question. Yeah, what do you guys think? Which one is better? False positives, too many bots? I don't know, man. Like, I feel like you guys would rather have bots. I think it depends on how often the false positives happen. And that's another really important thing that we're not really talking about, is like how often. Does this happen like fucking to one person out of like 100,000, one person out of 10,000 a year? You know, how often are false positives really happening? But I think that there are a lot of people that kind of are talking about this, and it is something Blizzard needs to make sure they take care of. But I don't necessarily think that it's entirely a solvable problem. Better filtering devices? Yeah, I mean, you're obviously going to have some times whenever people are, you know, are doing something legitimately and they get flagged for botting. But yeah, that's pretty much the main thing that I look at it. And honestly, a false positive never gets reverted would make me fume. Oh, that's actually a really good point. I mean, like, I'm assuming that they revert a lot of them, but with like what this guy's saying is that they're not reverting them. That is a huge problem. I think honestly, like Classic WoW and like it not having a box cost it's good for Blizzard and it's a good decision, but it comes with a lot of problems. And one of the big problems is the fact that they don't need to... Where's the fucking lift? Jeez. Fucking hurry up, man. Like, I'm trying to get my item. You just gonna sit around all day? Like, holy fuck. Oh, all right, anyway, why didn't Rekvo's IRL friends help him? They knew about a situation. Why no one did anything? They did, man. Like, they helped him all the time. Like, you can't be there for somebody 24/7. Like, a lot of his friends were there for him. They did everything they could, okay? And like, I mean, not like everything they could, but at a certain point, you can't just live somebody's life for them. And it's a bad situation. Like, I don't think it's fair to blame other people. Like, maybe it's easier for people to blame other people so they have like a rationalization for why it went wrong. But I think the honest reality is that, you know, one way or another, if somebody wants to do something like that, they'll find a way. And it's sad, but there it is. Yeah, it's hard to judge people like that. And also, I think that there are so many people out there who were his friend and were looking out for him and were actually trying to catch up with him and talk to him and be there for him, at least in the way that they could. And you have to remember, like, obviously some people can't, you know, they can't be there all the time. I mean, they have like their own life to live as well. You have to keep that in mind. And you know, I think many of these people are trying to do a good thing. And obviously, like, you're talking about like the Tyler 1 clip. I think Tyler 1, I mean, obviously it's like a macho way to look at it. I think that's really what it is. It's a macho way to look at, like, macho man, like, fucking, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna fucking make sure they don't do this. But reality is a lot more complex than that. And, like, I get why he said it, but it's not really the way that I would say it, man. That's what it comes down to. T1's a dickhead? I don't think he's a dickhead. I don't think he said anything that he meant with like bad intention. I think that he was honestly just trying to be, it's like this is the way that he handles things, and let him do it the way he does it, right? I think that's really it. I don't think he's trying to be a bad guy or an asshole or anything like that. You know, maybe it came out wrong. Maybe he said it wrong. Maybe what he said wasn't really right. But I don't think that it came from a place of bad intention. And I think that's important to keep in mind. Is Roy a reductionist? Yeah, I think so. And he said it was his opinion, Sue. Yeah, it's his opinion, right? And I do think that it's not really ideal to have like people talking, and you know, because like you will have some friends of Reckful now that will get like partially blamed for this, for whenever clips like this go out, and I do think that's a problem. I don't like that at all. But you know, like it's not going to happen all the time, okay? And it's just going to happen every once in a while, and then it will probably just like kind of, people will forget about him saying that, and it'll be okay. UV stream with the 5 gifted community subs. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Reckful said multiple times that Mizkif only meets up with him to use him on stream. But like, I don't even know. The thing is that it's very hard to take the word, like, was he being serious whenever he said that, or what, or not? Like, I don't know. And it's very hard to know what's real. And I think that's the worst part about dealing with somebody that has like one of these disorders, is you don't really know what's real. And I think the worst part about it, more than anything, not only do you not know that it's real, but oftentimes they don't even know that it's real. They don't know if it's real or not. And it's really scary, because it's like to not be in control of your own mind. I mean, you think about like, what does that really mean for a person? Holy fuck, that's terrifying. So I think that's important to keep in mind as well, man.